Hello, and thank you for using the online asset tracking and inventory management system BarCloud from ASAP Systems. We're making some system changes that may affect the processes that you use, so we've sent this little video to keep you up to date on how the processes are going to work. Today we're here to discuss the approvals for purchase orders and sales orders. To set this up, we'll simply go into the admin section, system configuration, and now we'll come down to the purchase order approval section. This area has recently been updated to allow for the inclusion of cycles. These cycles can be set up per site or for multiple sites as needed. Once set, you'll be able to select which suppliers are available within those cycles and of course control the approval process. This can be controlled and set up by any user with an administrative login. The first step in the approval process is to enable it. From there, we can turn on the email for the creator to receive upon submission. We can also choose who's going to be the first approver. Will that be the manager, which is a field set up in the person file? Will it be a specific person chosen from the list? Or will we have any administrator be able to approve this? And for those, are we going to have that sent via an email or as a CC? And again, once that has been rejected or approved, we can again control whether it goes out with an email or a CC to both the approver and the creator. Now, if you'd like to include a second approval, you can do so by enabling approval to and following the same steps for setup. However, there's an additional option for notifications for both the approve and rejection settings to have the first approver notified as well, again via email or as a CC. The purchase orders on stock side have also been updated and again allow identical cycles. To create a new order approval cycle, start in the admin section and in system configuration, we'll be able to choose either the purchase order approval or sales order approval as appropriate. From here, press the white plus button in the blue circle and enter a name. We'll choose to enable it, and we'll also choose to only apply this one to Site 1. We now have a list of suppliers that we can go through and select to enable for this particular cycle. Next, we'll choose how the first approval is set up, first by enabling it. Next, we're going to choose that this first approval is going to be the creator's manager. To set a person's manager, simply go to their person or user file, and under the employment information, you'll find the manager file and select the name from your drop-down list. We're going to have them notified via an email. If the first approver rejects the PO, we will have the creator notified via email and the approver notified on a CC. If they approve the PO, we'll have the email go out and the CC go out again. Now here in step 2, we're again going to enable it, and then this time I'm going to have an admin need to approve this purchase order. We'll have the creator notified via email, and the approver from step 1 and the approver from step 2 will have notified via CC, and we're going to mimic those here again for the approval alerts. Now we'll come back up to the top and save this option. So now we can come to our drop-down list, select it, and verify it is in fact enabled and all of our settings are correct. Alright, so now that we've covered the settings, let me show you what the process will actually look like. We're going to start off by coming up and creating a sales order. Alright, and our first step to create a sales order is to start with the add new. Alright, now in here we're going to go ahead and set up all of our standard information. The customer, we can go ahead and also specify a ship to if we have any loaded per customer. We'll have the system generate our sales order number, and then we'll come down here and select a few items. Okay, so now we've got our information in here. Let's go ahead and save and close. I've reopened the sales order here, and of course If for any reason we did need to come in and add additional items or modify the quantities, we can do so. However, this is going to be our last opportunity to modify any of the other information that is in here prior to actually submitting it. Once this happens, we'll start the approval process. And here we have the email that the first approver will receive, letting them know that they have a new sales order to approve. When our first approver logs in, they'll be able to go right into the sales order section, and from here they can either search for the sales order, or they can also choose to show by needs approval. Now here's that sales order from the first approver's perspective. They're able to log in and have the approve and reject buttons up here in the top. Now for our case, we're going to go ahead and approve this. Now that we've approved this, it's triggered the email to the second approver. When the second approval alert arrives, it will look like this, again just stating that there is an open sales order with a given name that needs to be approved. And again, when the second approver logs in, they'll be able to go straight into the sales order section and search for it directly under the open sales order, or sort by needs approval. Here in the second approver's sales order view, you can see the original creator as well as the original approver, and again we have our options to come in and approve or reject. And now we can see it listed here in the top line in the data grid as approved, and if we open it, we will be able to see that the approval process has been completed and all 3 steps are as well. Thank you for joining me. Hope to see you next time.